when the music fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come, longing just to bring something less worth.
Hello, everybody. In the gospel we have today, we have such an incredible story. You cannot help but be enamored by this story. This awful situation of this poor man named Lazarus, who's been dealt such a tough hand in life. Contrast against this really wealthy man who has so many wonderful things. And the Lord tells us a story about when they get to the afterlife. Here's Lazarus getting all these wonderful things in heaven, and here's this rich man who's suffering so much. And the takeaway for us is to be aware of the people around you, right? There's no I in team. And how many of us are walking around like we're individuals on a team? We're individuals at the parish. What happened to being a team player? One of the worst things that can happen on a team is that players grow an ego and they play for themselves. They're trying to go after their own accolades, their own stats. The great players build up the team around them. They help other players to elevate their game in life. If you look at any of the saints, they had other saints around them. They elevated each other's games. They encouraged each other to greatness. This man did not lift up Lazarus. He did not reach out and help him in life. And so he reaps his reward in eternal damnation, whereas Lazarus gets finally that mercy and to be exalted by God for enduring so much. Whether you are on the field or off the field, you have to be picking up your teammates. You have to be on the lookout for those other players in life, because we can only go so far as a team. And when you get to heaven, yes, you will get to reap the rewards of your individual expertise and stats, but it will all be based on how well you played with your teammates. God bless, and be a good teammate.
My favorite thing about the Catholic faith is confession. So I was, at the beginning of my faith journey, a little bit nervous about going to confession, as everybody would be. And then I realized over time, listening to talks and ultimately doing confession, is that it's the ultimate way to grow in humility. And that requires an honest and true confession. With the honest and true confession, it's a chance for us, everybody like athletes, lay people, a fresh, renewed heart and soul, and to allow us to grow strong in our faith. Without confession, there's almost like a supernatural weight that burdens our shoulders. And through this beautiful sacrament that God offers us in confession, we're able to let go of past sins, break free from anything that inhibits us and limits us from being the man Christ calls us to be. So my favorite thing about the faith personally is confession. And that could tie into directly with athletes. In confession, you're breaking free and you're letting go of bad habits. You fall down, you mess up. It's not the end of the world. We have confession to run to be renewed, to restart and be fresh. And it's the same thing in athletics and coaching. You have a bad game, you have a bad practice. You mess up in any sort of way on the field, off the field. It's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the world. We can always restart, whether it's in confession in the spiritual life or in real life in athletics. You get back up, you keep going. And I believe that will ultimately make you a stronger human being, a stronger athlete, and a stronger Catholic. And what inspires me about the faith the most is how God uses us humans who are broken and sinners and allows us to spread his word and his ministry to others. And the saints are obviously the best example of this. You know, people that are familiar with the Catholic faith are aware that, God will use priests who are human and sinners. They'll minister sacraments like confession and adoration to us. In the same way that God will use lay people and missionaries to spread God's, mercy and goodness through our personal accounts. And yeah, man, that's why I love being a Catholic and I love this ministry that we have here with the ACCA.